Hello and welcome to Console Training. My name is Alex Hughes and welcome to Console Training. Today we're going to install the Keylight MA3d pack, which is created by Anthony Patrizio, a fantastic LD, and also a bit of a dab hand with the MA3d. Let's begin. So when you buy the pack off his website, which is linked in the bottom little video description, you'll be sent a link which redirects to a page that looks like this. So we're going to be grabbing the console fixture library zip, and we're also going to be grabbing the MA3d Keylight GMA media files version 8, or whatever version is available at the time of purchase. Then all we need to do, while I come out of full screen mode, then all we need to do is drop the media files, which are here, shown here as the file comes down as an executable zip, is put them in the right folder. So the right folder is hidden, and I'll drop a link obviously as well in the bottom thing, but we need to go to ProgramData MA Lighting Technologies, grandMA, not MA3d, the version that you want to put them on. For example, I want to run 3.34 because 3.4 currently at the time of recording has issues with custom models like this one. And then we want to go into 3D, and then I've already got the files installed, but you just bring the zip across, grab the files you need, and drag and drop, and it's going to extract and replace them. We're going to say skip these files because we don't need them, and that's that process done. Now let's jump into a bit of MA3D and we'll start there. So here I've got just some fixtures patched in MA. I've got some Vipers that look nothing like a Viper. I've got some Auras that look nothing like an Aura, and we'll also add a couple of other fixtures. So for fixtures like the Viper, if we now go into Media Database and we now go to Keylight, we'll see that we've got a couple of options. So we've got audio, so we can add in a couple of subs and speakers and stuff like that. We've even got a backdrop that we can obviously skin. We've got a bit of backline, so let's add in a drum kit just for the fun of it. Double kick in white, why not? And we'll wait for that file to come across. Now, when doing this, remember that all these files are kept in the MA show file. So for everything I'm doing right now, I've already joined the two applications together and I'm already running a session. So we're just going to position this drum kit, and we'll do some little files now. So we've looked at backline. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, fixtures. So if I now go to Martin and Viper, we've got a Viper profile. So we're dragging a Viper profile in. Now by default, MA is going to give you a little message saying that this fixture can't be controlled because it's not patched. Just click OK. We don't really need control of this one. We just need the model in the file. And we'll do the same thing with our Aura. So we need to grab both parts of the Aura. As we can see in Extended, there's an Aura and body module. So we'll drag those in. And then we'll go back to MA on PC and we'll add them in. So now when we go Setup, Patch and Fixture Schedule, Fixture Types, if we click on the Viper and click Edit, Module Manager, we can see by default the module it's using is automatic. We don't really want that one. We want the nice one that we've just added in. So if you go automatic and change that to Viper profile and close out of that, it's going to change. Now if we look at the Aura and then go into here, we see that there are two, and this is where we match up those two files that we just put in. So we give the body part, the main module, the extended body module part, and we give the Aura part, the Aura module. Then we come out, we save that, and let's test. So we can see that our Vipers have worked and our Auras are obviously smaller, so they've embedded themselves in the ground. So let's drag them up a little bit and let's just check that everything works. So if I bring up some effects here, we can test some things. Actually, let's just go fixtures. We don't need a fix for now. We'll come back to effects. So if I go fixture and we select our first Aura, we turn it on, And we'll come over to our aura so we're looking at it. We can pan and tilt it. And it looks like an aura, behaves like an aura, barks like an aura. It's an aura. And then if we give it a color, so let's put it in blue. And I'm just going to quickly go view here, just so we can get rid of that selection thing. So we're going to disable sync selection just for a moment so we can see the fixture. Then if I go into the second part of the fixture and we give that the red parameter, we can see that we actually have the aura effect working. Cool. Now, if we look at our Vipers, they'll perform like a Viper, and the model will look correct. Obviously, these have also embedded themselves in the ground, so let's pull them out just a little bit. And now we've got Vipers at work. So here we can see Vipers. Now, before we finish up, let's add a little more of a complex fixture. Let's add a Robin 600. So with the Robin 600, the process is a little bit different, simply because of the way that we need to deal with those fixture files. So if we go Keylight and we go Fixtures and we go Robe, we'll see that if we want the robe, it's got 4 different modules to it. So we're going to drag all 4 of them in, and we're going to wait for that to process. And we can see them sitting here. Now if we go back into MA for a second, and we go Setup, we're going to go Robin 600 or Robe 600 as I've typed in my brain. And instead of pulling the normal one, we're actually going to go from that other zip file that we've dumped onto a USB stick. And we're going to now search for Robe 600. And we're going to see there's a new file called Robin 600 Lebwash AP Edit. AP is, of course, Anthony Petruzio. We go Import. Let's bring in 2 of them. And then we've got to go into Fixture, and we'll see the difference is, if we look at the module, we'll see it's split up. By default, if you normally look at this, there are only normally 2 modules like there was with the Aura. But because of the way that we've got rings to deal with, we've got to use a different fixture profile. So it's just easier to use the Anthony Petruzio ones. In a real life situation, they'll have no difference. And you can always go back to the old one if you need to, but for here it just gives us the control we require to get it to work in MA3D. So we're going to go extended body, we're going to go ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, and we're going to save. We're going to come across to our lovely little combined view, and we're going to locate those fixtures, which are probably once again going to be embedded in the ground because that's where they like to be. We'll flip it on its head and bring it up. And we'll use one little trick that will give you a bit of bonus console training for this video as well. If we keep our left mouse button held down and we scroll with the scroll wheel down to align and drag, we can actually align things. So if I grab the red one, go align, I can actually split these fixtures and evenly space them. So we'll go like here, and then stop touching and go back to align off and bring them to the center. Now we're going to get rid of all these ring module ones because we don't need them, they're already in the show file. And now let's test our lovely 600s. So we'll go down to 600s on PC, we'll grab one of them, we'll check that it pans and tilts, which it does, so we'll tilt it towards us. We'll go add, and then we'll grab all 3 rings as well. And now we'll run our little effect. So if we go effect, and we bring in our lovely friend the Rainbow Chase, and run our Rainbow Chase, we'll see that we've actually got the rings. And it's exactly the same for all the little strobes and stuff. Sometimes it's always just better to use the supplied fixture file. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Alex Hughes, and if you have any questions, please direct them to either myself or the creator of this fantastic model pack. This model pack does cost money, and there is over 170 at last count fixture files and other little elements, so it's well worth the money. Obviously there's no copyright protection per se in it, so it's sort of an honesty system, but just don't steal the models, guys. People put a lot of hard work into them, and just this goes in general for all of them. Just, it's not worth it. Just pay the money and feel better. Your karma will thank you for it. Thanks.